Okay, so I'm making some quick videos for accredited investors. I'm raising money for startups. This is Mark Pine, M-A-R-K-P-I-N-E, M-A-R-K-P-I-N-E. MarkPine.com is my website with all my contact information. Okay, here we go. This is for accredited investors. I'm raising money for real estate startups. Here's the deal. I'm just going to run through everything quick. The real estate startups could be buying buildings, buying retail, and buying condos. Of course, results are not guaranteed. Use this information at your own risk. All information is subject to change. Obviously, any type of business, in my opinion, in 2025, any type of business is extremely risky. So, obviously, yeah, just can be as transparent as possible. So here's the situation. So each company is going to be its own deal. So every building deal that I put together is going to be its own company. There's no non-competes, there's no nothing. You want to get involved in this building, you can get involved. You don't want to get involved, you don't have to get involved. That's it. Every building is its own every building is its own company. So, okay. So the next thing is, so just buying buildings, okay. And the okay, I just want to run through some quick strategy. Of course, like I said, any kind of deal, if anybody's watching this right now, SEC or in the future, SEC, FBI, police, U.S. attorney, district attorney, whoever, attorney general, I'm telling you right now, in 2025 and going forward with AI and outsourcing and this, who knows what's coming down the pipeline. I mean, obviously, so this is my, so obviously we just try to be transparent, upfront about what to expect, what's going to be going on, be as transparent and detail everything as much as possible. I'm 49 years old. I have no misdemeanors, no felonies. I like to keep it that way. So basically, it's not worth it. Money is not, peace of mind is worth more than anything. So right now I'm at Baruch College, CUNY, Baruch College, whatever. Okay, there's no one here. It's September 26, 2025, 8 o'clock. Okay, so let's keep going. So here's the strategy. So the strategy is, of course, to have, a couple different lawyers looking at all these deals, to try and, get as many opinions as possible, as well as having a few different accountants look at every deal so that hopefully, we do things as well as possible. Another strategy is, again, verify everything yourself, use this information at your own risk. Anyway. So another thing is, like with buildings, like anytime I put together a deal with buildings, the plan is to have security cameras in, obviously they could break or whatever, they can get vandalized, but have security cameras in whatever common areas where you're legally allowed to have them to try and protect things and document stuff and, be as safe as possible and just do everything by the book, and that's it. But if, and one last thing. I was going to say, if, robots and outsourcing, start taking a big bite out of the economy, I mean, who's going to be able to pay for apartments and stuff like that? Who knows? I have no idea. I don't know. But, okay, that's the situation. So one last thing I want to say. Obviously, I'm flexible, but my personal strategy, and again, this will all be spelled out in advance, but my personal strategy is I would prefer, it doesn't mean it's any safer, but this is just what I rather. I prefer to own small to medium-sized buildings. I mean, of course, if some investor comes to me and says they want to do a deal on $100 million, $500 million, billion-dollar building or development, and they understand that it's not my strategy, it's their strategy, they understand the risk, they just want me involved for whatever reason, they like the way I run things, or they like my marketing, or whatever it is, there is possibilities to do those kind of deals. But me personally, when I'm steering the ship, I would prefer to buy smaller projects, small to medium-sized projects. Because also I have my own track record to think about. I don't want to just try and raise money for something, 100 million. It goes at, I don't even want to joke around. It's not funny. It goes out of business and then I'm done. You know what I mean? So I rather do small to medium buildings where we understand the risk. What are we doing? And that leads to the next thing. So the next thing is retail. Okay, one second. Okay, so the next thing is retail. I want to buy retail, whether it's retail condos. In each building is its own deal. Every condo is its own company. Every building is its own company. Whatever we buy, so there's no one is tying anybody down. Nobody has to get involved with any buildings or properties that they don't want to get involved in because they invested in a company. You're basically, each building is its own deal, so everyone has an option about what they want to get involved with. Cannot make that clear enough, and that goes with everything I'm doing. Everybody's free to do whatever they want, and that's it. So, okay, next. Again, all information is subject to change. I'm just throwing out some unlisted videos. These are all unlisted for accredited investors. Okay, next. And I'll send this, whatever. I don't want to say it. Okay, so the next is retail. I want to open supermarkets. I want to open delis, and I want to open art galleries. Supermarkets, delis, art galleries, and I want to own the retail that they're in. So if the supermarket, deli, or art gallery goes out of business, we could try to rent the space, and hopefully we still won't lose money. So basically, that's what I want to do. I mean, of course, you could own a space, put a supermarket, deli, or art gallery in there. It goes out of business, try to rent it, can't rent it, try to rent it, put someone in there, they don't pay, now you're losing money every month. I mean, anybody, I would never, I am upfront and honest about everything. Whenever I'm doing anything, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, FBI, police, district attorney, U.S. attorney, SEC, attorney general. I'm thinking government. I mean, I'm sitting in CUNY right now. It doesn't mean you can't do something illegal and go straight to jail. I'm sure that people have, but I'm not trying to. So, every single supermarket's going to be its own company. So if you want to get involved with that location, but not that location, every supermarket's its own company, every deli is its own company, every art gallery is its own company. So that's next. So own the retail, either a retail condo, retail building, where you have maybe one retail, a couple retails, some apartments above, but every single thing is its own is its own company. I would also like to either buy or develop condos, and then you sell the condos you could sell, rent the ones you can't. There's a lot of flexibility. So, but each property is its own company. Each supermarket is its own company. Each art gallery. Okay, next. I'm also thinking about getting involved with fractional art ownership. Each piece of art is its own company. Buy a piece of art or acquire a piece of art, however you acquire it. And each piece of art is its own company. I mean, maybe let me just leave it at that. Each piece of art is its own company, and then sell shares in the art. That's next. And that's basically it. I'm not raising money in pieces. I'm not at first, maybe down the pipeline. I'm cautious. I'm not and I'm not, listen, anybody wants to do anything they want, go for it. This is just my strategy. I'm not raising money in pieces. Let's say for an art gallery. So if I'm going to open an art gallery, I want to buy the space. Put an art gallery. I'm not taking money in pieces at first. Because then you start to raise money and then you can't get the rest, and then the money's wherever it is, and I don't even want to be responsible. I want to buy things, open things with one or more investor at the time of raising the money from accredited investors. There's no pieces. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody. Do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, me personally, if we're opening a supermarket, we're opening a supermarket with one or more investor at that time. I'm not taking, at first, maybe once I get going, that'll change, but at first, if I'm raising money to open a deli, supermarket, art gallery, buy a building, buy a condo, buy this, buy that, whatever we're doing is going to be done in whole at the beginning with accredited investors only, and everything is going to be disclosed. Everything. I'm going to disclose things you don't want to. You're going to say, Mark, I don't want to. Too much information. Please stop. Would you please just shut the hell up? I'm going to disclose everything. I'm going to disclose everything. So everything's going to be spelled out in advance, or at least as much as we possibly can. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer or whatever, but everything is going to be spelled out, spelled out, spelled out, spelled out, so that everyone's on the same page, no surprises. I have a lot of ideas, but anyway, so that's it. So thank you for watching. Ooh, 11 minutes. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. MarkPine.com. Okay, I'm going to throw 2 more ideas at you. So that's that. So the next thing I want to mention is I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but this is my idea. I want to create a website, app, whatever. I'm temporarily calling it the relationship startup. Like I said, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have any misdemeanors or felonies, whatever. I'm not judging, but I'm trying to raise, millions of dollars from accredited investors, whether hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever, from accredited investors. So they're going to want to know. So basically, I have an idea it's called the relationship startup. The plan is, and again, there could be multiple relationship startups, and so here's the situation. The plan is to create a website and app with lawyers that creates products and services for couples that are married and dating. A legal relationship startup that creates products and services for couples that are married or dating to try and again, the results are not guaranteed. Use this information at your own risk. This is like, there's no guarantees. FBI, police, U.S. attorneys, district attorneys, U.S. Attorney General, New York Attorney General, SEC, whoever's watching this, obviously there's no guarantees. We're just trying to do our best, be upfront, honest, whatever. But basically a legal relationship startup to help people be upfront and honest about what their expectations are with property, how property is going to be split up, and also to try and to let people know what the criminal laws are so they could be mindful, so that when you're arguing with your significant other, you don't start grabbing people's arms, and whatever people do, try and stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? So obviously this all has to be worked out with lawyers. I'm not a lawyer, but I do believe that we need to start creating some type of blueprint for couples that are married and dating to start being more upfront, honest, and knowledgeable about the laws, so that people get on the same page and start to try and avoid some of the drama. I'm not a lawyer, that's it. Okay, and also, I'm going to cut it right there. It's like, shut the hell up. MarkPine.com, 917-815-5415, 917-815-5415. info at markpine.com. Contact me, whatever. And that's it. I'm raising money for accredited investors. Obviously, this is, in my opinion, I'm 49 years old. This is the most uncertainty in the marketplace I've ever seen. I've never seen this much uncertainty in my life with AI and outsourcing and, just everything that's going on. So, but that's the plan. Open art galleries, open supermarkets, open delis, buy buildings, buy condos. Buy the retail, put the businesses in the retail. That's it. But results are not guaranteed, and who knows what's coming down the pipeline right now. It's September 26, 2025. It's 8:20. I'm at Baruch College. who knows what's coming down the pipeline. I'm 49 years old. I don't know what else. I'm in Manhattan, New York City. What else can I say? Markpine.com has a bunch of info. But that's what I like to do. I like to be upfront, open, honest. I have no misdemeanors, no felonies. I'm going to spell out everything as much as I can in advance. I do not, I mean, of course, you cannot like avoid getting sued. I mean, if you're going to get sued, you're going to get sued, but I'm going to do everything in advance. Like I said, everything's going to be its own company. We're going to do everything we can. There's no guarantees that you're going to make money or like anything like that. But as far as like trying to be, making sure you have multiple attorneys looking at things, multiple accountants looking at things, using security cameras at businesses to cover, to try and cover yourself as much as possible. Just doing everything as much as possible by the book, so that if anybody looks into any of these companies, not, like I said, that doesn't mean you're going to make money, but at least people say, okay, these people are really doing as much as they can to follow the law, be respectful of the law, their surroundings, the community, whatever. That's definitely the biggest thing on my mind. I do not want, again, I'm not judging, but I'm 49 years old. I do not have any misdemeanors. I don't have any felonies. I'm past the stage of yes, I like nice things just like anyone, but I'm past the stage of my life. Like, I don't go to, I don't go out. I don't have, I just, I'm in a very calm stage in my life. I'm about to be 50 soon. So that's what I want to do. And the one curveball wild card is the relationship startup. But I just feel like, I would love to be able to be a part of a startup that helps, that has a positive impact. And again, results are not guaranteed. Use this information at your own risk. Verify everything yourself. There's going to be good, bad, this, that. But I would love to be part of a startup that at least tries to help couples that are married and dating. And if I could help people avoid some type of drama or whatever, that would be amazing. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. See you next video. And that's it. Baruch College, the beautiful Baruch College hallway. Treat people respectfully, enjoy life, make the best out of situations, and that's basically it. Time flies in the blink of an eye.